Today I will talk about biomedical waste management rules as modified in the year 2016. Biomedical waste management rules were modified in 1998 and they were again amended in 2000, 2003 and 2011 as well as 2016. It contains 4 schedules, 5 forms and 18 rules under the latest guidelines of 2016. Why do we need to understand biomedical waste management? Because the waste is infectious and which may cause infection in the community if it is mixed with the municipal waste. And cytotoxic drugs can be carcinogenic or mutagenic. Moreover, the effective management of biomedical waste prevent the reuse of syringes, needles, and other medical items. What is the definition of biomedical waste? Biomedical waste mean any waste which is generated during the diagnosis, treatment, or immunization of human beings or animals or in research activities. So include all the three things: human being, animals, and research activities. Uh, So it is applicable to which type of institutes? It is applicable for all clinical institutions, including the small medical or clinical institutions, as well as temporary institutions like camps, including vaccination camps or blood donation camps, first aid rooms, and also animal houses and clinical research establishments. However, there are separate rules and guidelines for these kind of waste. Biomedical Waste Rule 2016, there are 4 schedules. Schedule 1 is related to the biomedical waste categories and their segregation, collection, treatment, processing, and disposal. Schedule 2, there are standards for treatment and disposal of biomedical waste. Schedule 3, list of prescribed authorities and the corresponding duties. Schedule 4 include labels, one for biomedical waste container and bags, the other for transporting biomedical waste bags or containers. There are 5 forms in the Biomedical Waste Management Rule 2016. Form 1 is for accident reporting. Form 2 is for application for authorization or even for renewal of authorization. Form 3 is authorization. Form 4 is annual report. And Form 5 is applicable for filing appeal against order passed by prescribed authority. These are some useful terms. One is occupier. So, who is occupier? Occupier means a person having administrative control over the institution and the premises generating biomedical waste. Then the other term is common biomedical waste treatment facilities. This is short form. It means any facility wherein treatment, disposal of biomedical waste or processes incidental to such treatment and disposal is carried out. So this is a common facility for biomedical waste treatment. It is final disposal of biomedical waste. So what are the duties of occupier? So the occupier should ensure that biomedical waste is handled in such a manner that it cause no harm to human health or the environment. Then the occupier should make a provision within the premises for a safe, ventilated, and secure location for storage of segregated biomedical waste in appropriate bags until it is handed over to common biomedical waste treatment facility. Then occupier has a responsibility to pre-treat uh, certain biomedical waste as per rules. Then occupier has a duty to provide training to its healthcare workers. Occupier need to immunize healthcare workers. Occupier should ensure annual health checkup of healthcare workers, and occupier should provide an environment which is safe for working of healthcare professionals, healthcare workers who handle biomedical waste. Then occupier have a duty to maintain records and registers and to update the data on the dedicated website, and he or she have a duty to report major accidents, and effluent treatment plant or sewage treatment plant should be set up in case of hospitals. So these are the points related to segregation, packaging, transportation, and storage. No untreated biomedical waste shall be mixed with other waste. Prior effective segregated into respective containers or bag at the point of segregation. Then transportation should be carried out in closed carriers with proper labeling. Untreated waste should not be stored beyond a period of 48 hours. And if it need to be stored beyond the period of 48 hours, the occupier shall ensure that it does not affect human health, and he or she need to inform the reasons to appropriate authority. Then in 2016 rules, there was a guideline uh, that no healthcare facility shall set up on-site biomedical waste treatment facility if a common biomedical waste treatment facility exists within 75 kilometer of distance. Then regarding annual report, every occupier shall submit an annual report to the prescribed authority by 30th June every year, and that report uh, should be submitted also to the ministry, and the annual report shall be available on the websites of occupier and appropriate authorities. Records in relation to the activities related to biomedical waste management should be kept for 5 years, and any major accident should be intimated immediately within 24 hours. These are the differences between the 1998 rule and 2016 rule. One important difference is that now in 2016, all healthcare facilities are included, including the temporary healthcare facilities like camps. The categories of waste has been reduced to four categories, and schedules are reduced from six to four. And outsourcing is strongly recommended if treatment facility is located within 75 kilometer of radius from the hospital, if the common biomedical waste treatment facility exists. So these are the key differences between 1998 and 2016 rules. And there is penalty for non-complying with the rules, and the penalties are under these various acts. Now we come to various categories of biomedical waste. There are four categories. For one category, we recommend yellow bag, and the category include human anatomical waste, animal anatomical waste, and microbiology, biotechnology, other clinical laboratory waste. It also includes the soiled items which can be incinerated, and the expired or discarded medicines and chemical waste, and chemical liquid waste. So these all these kind of waste, they are transported in yellow bag, and they are either incinerated or they should undergo plasma pyrolysis. And pre-treatment is required for chemical liquid waste and microbiology, biotechnology, other clinical waste. Now, the second type of waste include recyclable, mainly plastic and tubings, which are transported in red bag, and they are pre-treated or sterilized before being shredded, and to be recycled. They should not be sent to landfill sites. This is the third category of waste, which includes sharp, including metal sharps like needles, syringes, and related items. They should be transported in a puncture-proof, leak-proof, temper-proof, white translucent containers, and they are autoclaved or dry or subjected to dry heat sterilization, followed by shredding and then recycling. Then the fourth type of waste include glassware, broken or discarded, and metallic body implants. They are transported or kept in cardboard boxes with blue colored marking. They are also disinfected or autoclaved before being uh, uh, recycled. So this is all about biomedical waste management.